We're clowns. We're put on this earth to make people laugh. That's a very simple way of putting it, but you are able, in just a few minutes, to possibly change someone's life. My name is Larry Daugherty. I'm originally from Veneta, Oklahoma. Live in Osiyo, and I work for the Cherokee Nation, and spend my weekends, days off, and holidays volunteering at the Children's Hospital. I am a clown. You are awesome. I was 20 years old when I moved to Los Angeles to try and be an actor. I was able to work on some great movies with Michael J. Fox, with Teen Wolf. I always loved the circus. When I was working with the Pasadena Symphony, one of the cast members had been a clown with Ringling Brothers, and I learned to juggle from him. I was fascinated. From then on, had wanted to be a clown. Came back to Cherokee country, and that's where I got my first job working for the Cherokee Nation for Wilma Mankiller. And that was an incredible time. Being around her was like being around a movie star. So I was living in Osiyo, and my daughter Katie and I had been swimming. And we stopped to get her something to eat. She became very sick. And so the next morning, we took her to the emergency room at St. Francis in Tulsa. They admitted her and eventually diagnosed her with a life-threatening case of E. coli. We were in ICU for nearly 2 months. She was on dialysis, and when they put her on a ventilator, and you're seeing your daughter lying there, hooked up to multiple machines, and realize you have to be honest with yourself, and you can't keep trying to fool yourself that she might not make it. And there's no way to describe it unless you've actually experienced it, been in that hospital room. You go into a zone when you're there day and night for months. Every waking moment is concern with your child. During that time, I was doing everything I could do to make her feel better, so I brought all of my tricks up to the hospital. My jokes, the juggling, balls, anything I could do that would just make her feel better. It was really reaching deep because she was in bad shape. I started doing entertaining for the doctors and the nurses, and then eventually made my way up the hall to different rooms where there was a child that was well enough to be entertained. In the time that we were there, we saw a lot of families come and go. Some children get to go home with their families, and some children go home to see God. Sorry. Katie eventually got better. We got to leave the hospital. We were blessed. She's a healthy, happy 13-year-old now. Runs track. She's a photographer. She's on student council, and couldn't be more proud of the person she was while she was in the hospital and the person she is becoming today. a clown doctor or a humor therapist was something that no one had ever seen in Tulsa. Humor therapy, these programs are all over the world. Yeah, I've been working in hospitals. It's going on 5.5 years. There's two different sets of talents that you have to have. One is as a performer, and one is understanding the hospital environment.
La 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 la. What the?
But yeah, Dr. Ticklebaum, I wanted to create a character, a person that is a much kinder, gentler type of person that people could see walk into their hospital room and feel at ease. The hospital environment. You have to be very sensitive to what is happening in each room, but you can't let it overwhelm you. Because I've had it overwhelm me before, and I've had to leave the hospital. You are there to share the outside world with them. It's not just the child you're there for, but it's also the mom and the dad, the grandma and grandpa, the doctors and nurses. Everybody there needs a break. I think that one of the most important things that you can do, take them away from the problem they're having right then, and for just a little bit of time, make it better. That's why I did it.